But if you close your eyes,
hello awesome people, welcome back to Zoo Tycoon 2. This is our zoo up until now. Last episode we made this little exhibit over here for the green anacondas, which I really love to do. I love making these rocky exhibits with like tropical rainforest, the idea of with a lot of plants and water and stuff like that. The snakes seem to love it, so that is awesome. And there's actually, I think it's a very cool looking exhibit. It's only small, but you know, the smaller exhibits can be very fun in a real life zoo. So what we're gonna do today, well, this is basically the corner where we started working, and we sort of hugged the edge here a little bit, and we of course there's gonna be exhibits over here too, but you know, we need some more cool exhibits to fill up. And also I wanted to keep like these exhibits like tropical rainforest a little bit together with each other, so that you actually have the feeling that you walk through a certain part of the world when you're walking through the zoo. Now in this episode you've probably already seen, but whoops, the game lags a little bit. That's because of all the stuff we have in the zoo right now. In this episode, we're gonna make a Komodo dragon island. Now, I started to build over here and made the sort of a pre-worked out idea. The idea is to also start filling up this sort of gap and start working on this side of the zoo a little bit more. So we have the entrance. We still have this part. This is going to be changed at some point, but we need this to make sure that guests don't, you know, grow really angry and sort of start smashing things in the park. But what we really want to have is like at some point we want a real a place where we have restaurants and all that type of stuff, and we probably will include them, start including them around the park a little bit more in the next few episodes, or I will do it off camera. But I want them to come in and choose from either side, go into the aquarium, go to this side, or go to this side where we're going to build some new exhibits in the next coming episodes. And this episode is going to be the Komodo dragon, like I said. And without further ado, you kind of see the shape here a little bit, which I worked out. But without further ado, we're now going to go into the speed build, and I'll show you what I thought of for these Komodo dragons. And I will see you back after the speed build. Enjoy! welcome back, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the speed build. I'm gonna talk you through it right now. So what we actually did was, I had some troubles doing this. As you can see, there are little outstretches over here on the side. I decided to just let them be. I couldn't fix it with the tool, with the terrain tool, so I decided to let it be and just be part of it. What we could do in the future is put some plants on it or rocks or whatever to sort of cover it up. I used the deeper water so that the Komodo dragons will not go in there. I used these shallow waters over here. As you can probably see as we zoom out a little bit, you can see that this is a lot more shallow than this. This means that the Komodo dragons can actually go into here and they can actually use this water, but they probably won't go into the deeper end of the water, which is why I didn't choose... Whoops, game lags a little bit right now. Which I didn't choose to actually put some rocks or fencing around this area, because they shouldn't go into the water, and we do have a fence around the other side. So we also have a indoor exhibit with a small little viewing area over here, and a little cave where they can rest in if they want to. These are the heated platforms, so the heated stones, these two. I decided to give them two. One over here, sort of half inside, half outside, and one really outside. And I tried to blend it in as much as I could with adding in rocks and trees and plants and all that type of stuff. Now, the Komodo dragon lives in the outback in the game, the outback biome, and the outback biome is just small shrubs and mostly rocks. That's sort of how it looks like. But I decided to add in a little bit more trees and stuff like that, and also these dead trees, sort of these dead logs, sort of. I decided to put them in just to give a bit more of a of scenery inside the exhibit, which is outside of the apparently man-made scenery. So they also have their food and their drink, of course. And I decided to add in some random bushes here and there to make it look a little bit more alive. And we have these little small cacti that are very cool, but they are very small. They don't really fill in an area, so we had to put in some more trees and like these bigger cacti, which are actually Madagascaran ocotillos apparently. And we have this area over here for the zookeepers. So the zookeeper will come in over here, and they will take this route, and then we have the gate over here. So people are not allowed in here. So only zookeepers can take this route over here. And if we in the future, if we want to have another exhibit over here, for instance, we can use the same route to enter that exhibit. That's sort of how I love to work with these zookeepers' entrances. We could also just put in an entrance over here, for instance, for the zookeeper, but I'd like to have it sort of separated from the public. That's more realistic. Most zoos have their entrances into the exhibits, you know, somewhere that the public can go. So off limits, and that's actually pretty cool. But the only thing we need to do now is we actually have to put in a zookeeper. So let's put you in here. You are called Basley. Awesome. And this is going to be your area. So you have to stay here and work here. Don't go into the water, dude. Well, okay. We'll just leave you be. And we're going to, of course, add in some Komodo dragons. Now, I do not know how many Komodo dragons can actually live comfortably in this exhibit because it's not too big. What we're going to do, these are females that we're plopping down now. We're going to put down 2 females, and we're going to put down 1 male Komodo dragon. And we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll add more in the future. And as you can see, they're happily wiggling along all these this little... Oh, you're actually swimming in the... Okay, that's actually... Oh, don't go into the water. Please don't say that you can actually go into the water. You're in the water. Well, that's fine. If they can't leave the area because there are still these. Well, actually, that gives the people a better chance to look at them. So if they want to be in the water, then that's fine. What does it say? What are they doing? Step in water. Okay, well that's fine. You know, you can swim. You can have a swim. I thought Komodo dragons wouldn't swim in the deep water in the game, but you know. They actually can get out, so that's good. If they can get out and they can get in, that's totally fine by me. So yeah, I like this exhibit. It's a little bit different from the ones we did before. It's a little bit more arid, a little bit more deserty, if I can say that. Which I like the style of it. the only thing is that it's not very colorful, like the rainforest, for instance. It's a bit more like the swamp, but the swamp is very green and brownish, and this is very sort of light brown and whitish. So the colors itself are a little bit dull, but I do like the exhibit, and I do like the fact that we now have something in this corner of the zoo. If we actually go in and check our people, if we can actually look at, like I said in the last episode, most of the time I have my game paused, and as you can see, the game is not running very fast. So we can't speed the game up, by the way. That's the thing with Zoo Tycoon that's very annoying. And they're sort of lagging a little bit, because that's another reason why I don't like to see them. Because we have so many things in this zoo, so it's starting to really lag out a little bit. But they tend to hang around over here. Over time, they will actually go to the other exhibits. But like I said, it takes a little time, so that's why it's not really worth looking at the visitors right now. We will maybe do that in some episodes where we do a grand tour for our zoo. But for now, I want to add in some more exhibits and animals, of course. You are happily wiggling around, so that's awesome to see. And yeah, so this is basically the exhibit. I hope you guys enjoyed the exhibit. If you have any ideas for animals in the next few episodes, then please leave a comment or go to the Discord and leave it over there. Don't be shy. I mean, there's lots of mods for this game. Hopefully I can find the animal, or maybe I already have it. So I can definitely do a exhibit of your choice, but I can't promise I will do it next episode immediately. So that's basically it. I hope you guys still enjoy the series. If you do, then don't forget to smash that like button. And if you haven't, then please consider subscribing to the channel to help the channel grow and to not miss a single episode of this awesome game. As always, I've been Hipbone, you've been yourself. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for watching.